Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You will not believe what has transpired as a Kenyan has exposed the reason why the Jubaland forces have taken over the Mandera County. I want you to watch. I don't want to waste time. I want you to watch him explaining bit by bit the reason why there is some connections, and these Jubaland forces never started living in Mandera today. They started during the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta. And even as you make noise, them to vacate Mandera, it is not going to be possible, as there are several businesses these people are doing that is benefiting some key players in the politics of the Republic of Kenya. I want you to watch, but before, hakikisha umelike the video. This video is going to be so interesting. Nimegundua kwamba saa zingine unaingia kwa video una watch, una forget to like. So I'm just reminding you, as you watch, please consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that like.
Wakenya, mbona mnashtuka with what's happening in Mandera? The Jubaland forces issue. This is a very long story. Actually, it's been happening as far as during the time of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. The Jubaland forces, they are the people who are the true custodians of the illegal sugar smuggling, illegal human trafficking, illegal sale of arms across the 800-kilometer porous border. This is a president. Their leader is called Ahmed Madobe. Apparently, Somalia have regional states. And the person who is in charge of the state of Jubaland is called Ahmed Madobe. When Ahmed Madobe was vying for the elections for the seat, Aden Duale, who was a Kenyan politician back then, the leader of majority for the National Assembly, he outrightly vocalized and voiced his support for Ahmed Madobe. Even when the president of the country was saying Kenya is using Jubaland leader to destabilize Somalia, that was Abdullahi Farmajo, Uhuru Kenyatta never cared. In 2020, they sent a delegation to Jubaland without informing the leadership of the Federal Republic of Somalia. Okay? Ahmed Madobe has been to Nairobi making behind-the-door deals and discussions with the Kenyan government. So when they are so comfortable roaming around, they know nobody is going to hold them accountable. Nobody is going to uphold Article 248 of the Kenyan Constitution, respecting our territorial integrity. You remember with what happened in Lake Turkana, when the Merile community crossed across the border from Ethiopia and they killed some innocent Turkana fishermen, and they went back. Nobody was asking them anything. Go and read the report by this guy called Jacob Rasmussen. You will be able to understand how millions of money are being shared between our forces, Al-Shabaab, and the Jubaland state forces. So these guys, they know what they are doing. They are big-time beneficiaries of this system. Okay? So Wakenya musishtuke when, I don't know what is her name, so Ipan Tuya, the CS for Defense, she doesn't know a thing about what's happening in Jubaland. This is a leader, the Madobe guy, who is at crossroad with President Muhammad and before that President Abdullahi Farmajo. Okay? And the money they loot, they use the same way, the same analogy of what's happening in South Sudan. All the money, all the lootings of the war is being invested in Nairobi. So the taxpayers' money that is being looted from the Somali people is being invested in Nairobi also. We are dealing with a cross-border international human trafficking, arms smuggling, and illegal sugar smuggling syndicate. Wakenya musishtuke. Gone are the days when people respect our territorial integrity. Mukae mukijua. And they will be here to stay. Mandera is like their home. Nobody is going to chase them out. Gone are the days when the forces of this country walikuwa na respect as far as Kosovo, as far as Bosnia, as far as Sierra Leone. Okay? So Wakenya musishtuke. And the lead contact person, because he is not going to be fired, is Aden Duale. Yeah. Na ndugu zetu Waluya, mutakuwa munajiuliza maswali. why up to now Mumia Sugar Company is running and yet they are incurring losses. The moment you will understand how this illegal sugar smuggling is just being repackaged in the name of Mumia Sugar with cabs doing nothing, and then we find it on our shelves in the supermarkets and retail shops, ndo mutakuja kujua how our resources are being looted left, right and center. Meanwhile, sarakasi iendelee. William Ruto is untouched. No, non-remorseful. They are there to stay. They've always been there. It's only that the media came out and said Jubaland forces are just harassing people in Mandera. They've been doing that with Uganda as far as I think during the time of Mwai Kibaki. You remember very well. During the general election violence, there were reports of armed forces, the LRA, crossing the border into Kisumu and harassing the residents of Kisumu. Kenyans, let us eat our own ignorance. Ukitembea hapa nje useme territorial integrity, supremacy of the people. This is not how these people in leadership view it. Tuzidi kumakinika.
Now, after watching the video, I've seen the senator of Mandera, called Ali Roba, complaining about the situation. And actually, when you understand his complaint, it's the same thing that the guy is saying. It is impossible for these Jubaland forces to vacate Kenya. Because look at the issue of the sugar that the man has touched. No wonder the sugar companies in Kenya are making losses day in, day out. Because you're being told these individuals are also doing business. And so all of a sudden, we are being told that the matter wanasikiza, lakini kiini ya hii chanzo wanajua shida ni nini. Kwa hivyo hawezi kutolewa. That is why you can see the CS of defense hajui hata chochote. The government of the day quiet on this issue. Then what do you expect? What do you expect? I want you to listen to Ali Roba, the senator of Mandera. Then we continue.
We are aware the national government administration in Mandera have tried to hide that and denounce, saying the statement that was given by the governor is not true. Hiding the truth of the presence of Jubaland forces within Mandera town is like hiding the sun using your hands. We are here to give an enforcing press statement on the alarming situation in Mandera, the presence of foreign forces occupying our town. We wish to raise the gravest concern about the presence of Jubaland forces inside Mandera town. The illegal occupation has thrown our community into chaos. Schools have been forced to close, businesses disrupted, and families displaced in fear of stray bullets and exploded ordnance, as well as RPG penetration within settlement areas within the county. The fear and panic now define daily lives of people in Mandera. The situation is worsening by the hour. Jubaland forces are building up their strength within Mandera town itself, inside Kenyan territory, literally taking over our town. Kenya's interest must lie in the strategic relationship with the federal government of Somalia, not in protecting a rogue state government. Allowing Jubaland troops to entrench themselves in Mandera, Mandera risking Kenyan lives and property is shameful, reckless, and betrayal of our sovereignty. Foreign conflicts must be fought on foreign soil, not on the streets of Mandera. We put the government of Kenya on notice it will bear full responsibility for any injuries, death, or destruction in Mandera resulting from this reckless inaction by the government and support of a presence of foreign forces in our soil. As leaders of Mandera, our loyalty, commitment, and constitutional duty are first and foremost to our people, the Kenyan people in Mandera. Any other interest is secondary and irrelevant to us. Our support for the Kenya Kwanza government must not be taken for granted to the point of gambling with the lives of our population in Mandera. If immediate steps are not taken to relocate Jubaland forces.
After listening to Ali Roba, Kenyans, be informed. We are at risk. We don't have a country here. Na ujue, mvua ilianza kutupiga lini? Mvua ilianza kutunyeshea lini? Hiyo ndio swali tujiulize. What do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.